Hello, good evening. Good evening, guys. Am I audible, visible to everyone? Okay. So, so good evening to the all future specialist doctors. Today's session is nothing about motivation. It is nothing about any education. It's more about practical things. It's more about strategy that how we should approach towards or NEET PG 2026, right? And it's because motivation just be there for 2 days, right? फिर वापस चला जाता है. And there are many ups and downs right now maybe going on. So much of every day we make a new plan, and within next few days we understand that that plan is not working for you. So what I believe is I always say that divide your task into small chunks, and your brain will easily accept these small things. Big things are difficult to digest by the brain. So now how, yes, सब ठीक हो जाएगा. It's just a matter of 6 more months and everything will be fine, right? Because it's not about syllabus. It's more about a strategy, right? So and the NEET PG exam is more about revision, more about test. Content is available everywhere, right? You open anything, you open YouTube, you have your app, doctor tutorials, this, that, whatever it is. The content is not the solution actually. It's more about revision, it's more about practice. If you have understood this, yes, definitely you will secure a good rank. Now, if we talk about the timeline, right? I will take up your doubts, guys, right? We'll see the chat box in a while. So right now it's mid of Feb that is going on, and we are having almost 6.5 months from this particular point. If the exam happens on 30th of August, right? If it happens. Now we don't have the time for confusion. We don't have a time for perfection. There is nothing called as a perfect strategy, or there is nothing called as a perfect plan. It's more about execution. The early we start the execution, and along the path we will understand that what things are working for us, what things are not working for us. So this session is more about explaining you that which mistakes you need to avoid, how we can break up the big task into small chunks so that your brain can accept that, and we can make a more digestible plan, right? So if you see every year, right, we when we talk with the student, there is one common mistake that comes, right? They see the videos, they go through the lectures, they make the notes, but when it comes to revision, they lack at that particular point. And we everyone in this meeting knows that revision is the most crucial element, because that is when that is going to decide that how much recall we are going to have in the exam. So it's more about revision part, right? Completion of syllabus will give you the satisfaction, but revision is going to give you the rank. So it's more about revision. The completion, even if you miss some of the pages, if you have not read that, but the rest of the things you have done multiple times, definitely you are going to secure a good rank. You know that, right? It's not about the completion of the syllabus. We might skip, and however time we get, whether it is 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, थोड़ा तो रहने ही वाला है, कुछ तो part, something has to be left, right? So it's, we need to focus on that boring part. Revision is very boring, but if you will be able to do 5 revisions, and we will make a plan for that, right? Definitely you will beat all those students who are just completing the syllabus maybe once, right? So what is the target? The target is, in the next 6.5 months, I want you complete 5 revisions, maybe 9 to 10 GTs, and around 10,000 MCQs. So I have divided this session into small, different parts, and I will take it. I will telling you about the day planner. Then we'll be talking about the gross planner, and lastly the broad outline that what we are going to achieve out of that. As I can understand that most of you have completed your classes, whether you have joined offline, online, more or less you are done with your classes. If not, then yes, we can slightly change our day planner, but ultimate the goal is going to remain the same, that we will be able to do our 5 revisions. And trust me that we will be able to do that. It is not going to be an issue for us. Now, here is the day planner. I have divided my day into total 10 slots. Particularly now the timings can different. If I want that you get up early in the morning, so I have started from 6 a.m. If not feasible for you, You started your day at 10 a.m. or 12 or 9, whatever it is, you can start from that point. But let's consider at 6. So I have divided my day into 10 slots. If you see the timings of the slot, as you will go towards the end of the day, the slots has become smaller and smaller because the brain fatigue also is going to happen. So if you see the last slot, that is around 1 hour, 15 minutes, 1 hour, 20 minutes, 1 hour, 30 minutes, every day we will be doing few things which is compulsory, like a ritual. For example, in the first 45 days, every day we will be taking two subjects at a time, subject one and subject two. Let's say you started with, let's say, biochemistry and one more subject, for example, ENT. You started today. Let's consider today is the day one. So in the morning, I started with the biochem. I did subject one theory, then again subject one theory. But the point is, if I start at 6, my first slot is starting at 6, then before 8, I cannot take a break. That is a rule. If even if Yamraj will come, he will wait for 2 hours, right? No one can take you those 2 hours. No one can disturb you. You can't touch your mobile. You can't touch Instagram. Nothing. You have to be with your biochem workbook for next 2 hours. Then you can take a break. No problem. So if you see that, then we will take a break of 10 minutes, 20 minutes, depends on your mood. Then once you start the second slot, again, you cannot take a break. Between the slots, no, you can't take the call, you can't take the break. And likewise, we'll do this. And how we are going to make our brain motivated to be focused for 2 hours, 1 hour, 50 minutes, 1 hour, 15 minutes, how it is going to be. So I want that every one of you in front of your desk, you have this chart. So on 17th of February, for example, we are having total 10 slots, 9 plus X. What is X is the buffer actually. There, I have not written anything what you will do in that buffer time. That is just maybe if you want to flip some old pages or something is there. If you see 6 to 6:30 was the buffer time. So you can keep anywhere maybe 45 minute, 30-minute buffer time. So that by chance, if something you want to cover more or something less or whatever it is, so you have that zone. So now the idea is, I know that all the 10 slots, the moment I will start the first one, if I complete it very nicely, I will put a physical tick. Then I will put the second physical tick, and likewise, I will put the ticks. But the point is, when we put a physical tick, it gives us a sense of completion. It gives the dopaminergic release in our brain, and that kind of gives us the motivation. At the end of the day, the task is that all the 10 ticks should be there. If I miss any of them, I will put a cross. I will put a cross. So I want to see that how effectively I have used my day. Out of 10 slots, let's say I have used on the first day maybe 8 slots, maybe 7 slots, then the next, then the next, then the next. Every day I will count that. And at the end of the week, I will see that total I was having 70 slots. Out of 70, how much I have effectively used, let's say 63 or maybe whatever it is, means I has worked 90% of my time, and then the next, then the next, because the brain is going to accept the task if it is small. So the task is just 1 hour 45 minutes. And how we have to read? We have to read the notes very fast. Don't worry that whether you will remember the things or not. Read it very fast. Read it very fast, very fast. Just highlight the points which you may tend to forget. But if the teacher has told that, okay, this point is very important, give some attention to that, and then go to the next page, to the next page. Don't worry that you don't have the biochemistry exam tomorrow. You don't have any exam tomorrow. Yes, we will do multiple revision at the end of the fifth revision. Rather, at the end of the third revision, automatically you will start recalling the things. So in the first go, you may not get the sense of completion, although you have already did some revisions already. It's not your day zero, but let's consider it is your day zero. Still, that there is a good chance that will secure a very good rank. Now, provided that you are ready to put the sacrifice, right? That is very important at your end. Now, what is the everyday task table? This is the second thing that I want in front of you. This is going to give us an idea that on which subject rotations we are doing the things. For example, day one means, let's say 17th of February. Every day I have to read two subjects. So whatever subject I will read, for example, subject one was biochem for me. I will write biochem and how many pages I did, maybe 20, maybe 40, maybe 60, whatever is in the bracket I will write. In the subject two ENT, how many pages I did, I will write in the bracket. And then how many, instead of theory, here it is MCQ actually, that how many MCQ we have did, the number of MCQs we did. And likewise will continue, right? So while we are having two tasks. The first is just to make sure that you are using the time effectively, because there are many days where we read very nicely, 12 hours, 13 hours, 14 hours, but all of a sudden after 2 3 days, again there is a sudden drop comes and we just read for 2 hours or maybe less than that. So this particular chart is to keep you motivated that no, every day I have to be in the zone where I am using my times effectively. The second thing is to tell you that at the end of the day, that what we have achieved. I have did a substantial amount of the subject one, substantial amount of subject two also, right? And we have to be very fast. Don't worry. I will tell you that how we are going to recall the things. Now, while solving the MCQ, what one mistake that we always do is we give more attention to difficult question. It's a human tendency, right? If I don't know the question, I will read it multiple times to figure out the correct answer. But at the same time, we should not compromise on the easy questions, right? This is what you called as a silly mistake, and we know that each question can bring or rank from where to where. So make sure that when you are solving the MCQ, you are giving at least equal attention to the easy question, because that question is also going to give you 4 marks. Difficult question is also going to give you 4 marks. The probability of an easy question to be correct more. So we are going to give more attention to that. Now coming to the GT parts, I want that personally you give at least 9 GTs, and this is what the timeline that I want you to follow. The first GT, I want that from this particular point you give it after around 43-44 days. So you do the first go revision very quickly. You read all 19 subjects, because I want that initially you start with 2 subjects. Then once you finish one subject, then you switch with the same category, same size of the subject. And likewise, you flip the page. The target is till 30th of March. You complete your first go. Don't worry at the end of the night that today, whatever you have did, how much you have remembered is not the goal. What is more important while reading the notes is that whether I am understanding the things or not at a quicker space, right? The speed has to be very fast. The pace has to be very fast. The only thing which has to be remembered is that whichever point the teacher has told that it is a very, very important MCQ, yes, definitely. Then we have decreased the timeline, right? After that, the test we are going to do on 20 days of the GT, the space is just 20 days. Then again, 10th of May, 30th of May, and then after every 15 days, we are giving the GTs. And the last GT, the exam happens on 30th of August, we'll give you on the 15th of August. After that, we'll not give the GT. Now, coming to the MCQ part, every day, how many MCQs to be done? So if you see the daily planner, there was 2 slots that I have given for the MCQ. Now, I have given 45 minutes. The reason for that is in your exam, you are going to have the 40-minute slot, but let's keep it in the initial phase, maybe 45 minutes. You try to solve 45 questions. I want to train your brain on a higher end, right? You are going to have the 40-minute slots, 40 minutes, 40 questions, but let's train the brain for a higher one, 45 minutes, 45 questions. So if you see the slot number 4, you will do 45 questions there. And in the second one, we are having 1 hour, 20 minutes. I want you to complete maybe let's say around 100 MCQs in that time frame. Again, it's 100 minutes, 100 MCQs. So every day we'll be covering around 140 MCQs every day. If you don't want, because it depends that how preparation is earlier we have did. So in the second part, in the slot number 8, if you don't want to do that much number of MCQ, even if you do 45 MCQ in the second slot and the remaining time you give for the explanation, that is also fine. So let's do like this: 45 minutes, 45 question in the first slot. In the second, you will do the 45 question, but the rest of the time will give for the explanation for the first slots, the earlier MCQ and this MCQ also. So total, we are giving 45 minutes, but in the first 45 minutes, we will be doing the MCQs, and the remaining 45-60 minutes, we will just seeing the explanation where we have made the mistake. Now, it's more about repetition. The more the repetition, the more the recall, and there is going to be increase in the performance, right? What happens is, if you why I always believe in the day planner. I don't believe in a big plan that okay, today I will do this, after 2 days, after 3 days. I don't want to go that subject wise, because that is your personal choice. It's more about that every day, if you have utilized well, the students who will have the control in his days, they are going to control their ranks. You have to focus on the weak areas while solving the MCQs, because the easy questions are going to be the rank boosters. And the most students lose their rank not because of a difficult question, they have not made it correct. It's because they have not made the easy question correct, right? Now, let's come to the gross timeline, what we are going to achieve after all of that. So here is the 5 revisions. The first revision, for example, we are starting here. This is the 17th of Feb, and till 30th of March, I want you flip all the 19 workbooks in these 45 days. And every day you should be opening 2 days, 2 subjects in a day, subject 1, subject 2. I'm not saying you will complete the biochem and ENT both together on day 1. No, you will read 2 subjects, maybe 30-40 pages of ENT, maybe 30-40 pages of biochem, then the next day, but every day read 2 subjects. When you are doing I will tell you the logic behind that. So first 45 days will complete all the 19 subjects. Then we are having a GT here on 31st of March. Then from 31st of March till 30th upper means in the next 30 days, again we'll repeat the cycle, and this time we'll complete all the 19 subjects, again flip the page. The first cycle we took 45 days. In the second cycle, we'll try to complete in 30 days. Then again, we'll be giving the GTs in between. Coming to the third cycle. The third cycle, we are going to do at a much faster speed, 25 days. So 45 days, we'll quickly go through it. Don't worry. And at every time there will be a FOMO that whether I will be recalling the things or not. If I do go like this, if I go so fast, don't worry about that part. Definitely will be able to recall. Not in the first go, not in the second go, but by the time 25th of May will come and you have flipped your workbooks, like as we have discussed, definitely you will be automatically recalling the Krebs cycle steps, the glycolysis steps, the things, the surgery, everything you will automatically recall. But here comes the bigger slot again, 25th of May to 10th of July. Here, I have deliberately given you 45 days again. So I want you to slow down your pace here. And now I want that because 3 revisions has been done very quickly. If you do give now the time for the 4th revision, slightly slower pace, your brain will accept the data very fast. And you will be able to recall the things, you will be able to retain also, and you will be also realizing that what you are not able to recall, so you can give the time to that. Then comes the 5th revision, the 10th of July to 10th of August, that again 30 days and one more revision. Here we are going to go 1 subject per day. 1 subject per day means now 30 days. And now what will happen is, if I start with biochem, in the first 2 days, I will complete biochem, maybe 1.5 day, because I have already did that for 4 times. The 5th time should not take more than 1.5 day or maybe 2 days, right? So here I will be just doing 1 subject a day, maybe 1 day. Medicine may take 3 days, surgery may take 3 days, maybe 4 days. It's okay. But the idea is 1 subject at a day. From the 10th of August till 30th of August, we are again having the 20 days. And here I want you to give 1 GT somewhere on 14th, 15th August, and rest of the day, you will be completing 1 more quick revision of all your workbooks. Now it's more about flipping the page. Just imagine that if someone flips the page for 6 times without thinking whether I will be able to recall the things or not, he's reading for 6 times. And attentively, if someone is reading, definitely he's going to recall the things. So it's the rule is very simple, right? Read fast, forget fast, come back fast. And if you complete that cycle again and again for 5-6 times, definitely you are going to recall most of the things in the examination hall, despite being so much of pressure, right? So it's more about that particular thing, right? And it's the more the revision, the more the perfection will come. And whenever you are giving the GT, on that day of the GT, what you should analyze, actually, it's not the score. That is the secondary thing. That is going to improve. But what you really need to work on that is, whichever question has went wrong, why it was wrong. It is a conceptual problem. Is it a guess problem? Is it a time pressure? Is it just a silly mistake, right? This is what you need to really ask, where the question has went wrong. If it was out of the context, you and I have never have heard about that, don't bother about that question. It's okay. It was out of the syllabus. You have never read about that. It is bound to be wrong. So let's write it down as a one-liner somewhere so that we can do that. But if it was a conceptual problem, is it just a guess problem? Silly mistakes? Yes, definitely we have to work on that. It's simple, guys. It's 1 year of struggle is equal to lifetime respect. Lifetime respect means that which branch you are going to go in will be decided by these 6 months. And that matters a lot. right? That is going to decide which branch, which place you are going to do the things. And there are so many things are attached with that down the line. Once you complete your MD then or MS, there are so many things are attached from that particular part, right? Where you have completed the things. Now, in these 6.5 months, there are something must not to do the things, right? Let's take it like it's just an exam, right? But the intensity should not decrease. The pressure should not decrease the intensity. The pressure is there. I can understand that, right? Some of us are giving this exam for the first time. Some of us are maybe repeaters also, right? So the pressure is there, but that should not slow down your speed. That should work like a fuel, not like an inhibitor, not like a brake. Because every time when you take a pause and you start analyzing and you start thinking that yaar maine kitna pada, how I am going, how my speed is there or not there, what my peers are doing, then yes, definitely your speed is going to slow down. So don't see what the others are doing, what pace they are running, because we don't know from what was their launch pad. We don't know the timelines, right? That is different for you, me, everyone has a different timeline. Now, how much will be completed at the end of the preparation? It will matter, but what matters most is whatever you have prepared, how good you are in that. Whether you will be able to recall the things in the examination hall or not, that is more important. No, absolute no to social media. Absolutely no. And we need to learn how to control our nerves when we are in the examination hall, right? So this is the broad outline that I want to share, but it's not, I'm repeating, it's not that it's the perfect plan. It's the plan that will make you and force you to use your time more effectively. It's not that I have told you that first you have to do this subject, that subject. That is person to person, right? It may be different from you to me, but the more important is whether you are utilizing whatever time has been provided to you. That is the main question. And whether you are able to do the revision for 5 times or not. If you follow the day planner, it's going to be initially maybe for 1 day, 2 day, it is fine. But to do it consistently for 6.5 months, it's going to be very tedious task. Trust me, even if you will be able to complete it 90% of that, even if you are able to follow this 90%, definitely you are going to secure a rank, right? And uh, I would not suggest to go for a weekly GT, because weekly GT means that you are going to give almost 30 GTs from this particular point. 30 GTs are, it's not going to give us a lot of new things, right? Even the 10 GTs are good enough to test and to desensitize our nerves from the pressure of the examination hall. And this is what we want from these GTs. GTs are not a revision tool, right? It is more of the whether our brain is able to recall the data in a pressurized, in a time bound manner or not. I will try to take one more session that will be more on the MCQ part, that how to read MCQ, how to do the guess. That is a different thing, right? That we will have a separate session. I will not take these sessions long, maybe 20-30 minutes, and we'll do that. But it's more about the timelines, right? This is what is there. Now, coming to one more thing that I want to discuss with you is about the just a minute. Vinodji, can you open that slides about the Lux? Just a minute, guys. The file, the Vinodji, can you open that file? Uh, Sent to me. Okay, I have got it. Thank you. See, what this Lux Live Plan is, basically there are two exams which is coming there on the way, right? One is the NACT, and then the second stop is going to be the NEET PG exam. So this Lux program is designed in a way that we can cater both of the things. Although I'm not saying that it is just the only plan which you should rely on. The main notes are there with you, but how to boost your revision, how you can do at a faster speed. If in between you are lacking the things, कभी कभी लगता है यार speed कम हो जाती, we lack the motivation, we are not able to cope up with the things, then yes, definitely we should go with this plan. What it is going to happen is, the first is the LFT, the last fast track revision that we are going to do. In that, there will be on first day, how the things will be there. For example, let's say on 28th of Feb, the psychiatry fast track revision will happen. Then on 1st March, there will be a test. And on the following day, there will be a revision, right? So it is going to be a comprehensive plan where the faculty is going to take the revision for you. On the next day, you will give the test. On the next day, you will have the test and discussion of the same MCQ with the same faculty. So that is, again, is going to boost or speed. And it's not that that is going to take your whole day, right? It is going to be more of a quicker side, but at the same time, it will take care of all the important points. The second part of this program will be the CPR part. That is going to be for your NEET PG preparation. In the second cycle, what we are going to have is the same things, right? On the, for example, on 10th of June, you will have the revision of anatomy. Then on the next day, following day, you will have the test. Then on the next day, you will have the discussion, right? So the basically it's kind of revision, test, and discussion, right? And that is happening for 2 times. 2 cycles are happening there, and that you can merge with the plan which we have discussed, right? Your own plan. On top of that, we can merge on that, and that is going to add on one more cycle for us. The cycle which we are going on, we will do the same cycle. Along with that, we'll add on this cycle, and definitely that is going to improve the overall efficacy in the MCQ. The correct percentage is going to significantly increase, right? So it's going to be a complete ecosystem. What you are going to get is the QRP videos, the Q banks, the test discussion, and almost around 60 GTs are there. The grand tests are there. So that is going to be a comprehensive plan that is there. You have your main notes. I am again saying that it's not the replacement of your main notes. Main notes are the gold. We have to go with them. But at the same time, to brush up those things on much faster speed, yes, this is an add-on that definitely is going to help you a lot. Now, if you have any query, you can write in the chat box. I will just go through it very quickly. Okay, there is no as such, there is only one query that is there. And GTs, I think 9 or 10 GTs that we have discussed. This is what is the plan. 5 revisions, 9 GTs, 10,000 MCQs, right? 10,000 MCQs, even if you are doing 50 to 70 MCQ, it is going to be more than around 50 to 70 MCQ will take to 10,000 MCQ at the end of the 29th of August. Okay, guys. So it was very nice to talk to you, and definitely we'll be in touch. And I will try to take one more sessions where we will discuss how to guess the MCQ and how you should read the MCQ, how actually the MCQ should be approached, right? It's irrespective of the name of the subject, but it's more about the MCQ world, the MCQ strategy. And if anything you want me personally to take, yes, definitely about your preparation part, yes, definitely we'll work on that. Vishnu, that information the team will provide to you about the hard copies. Okay. Yes. Okay. We'll talk on that. Step 1 part. Definitely. I will. Surely will make it. Right. So thank you, guys. Thank you for going, giving your time, and it's always nice to connect with you. Wish you all the very best, and let's fight hard. Let's show the world who we are. All the very best.